So first of all, good evening everyone. My name is Ritesh and I am pursuing the BCA from the Dynamic Computers and the IT training by the most and most talented person who is the director of the IMAX institutions of the Ara city. Okay everyone. So I hope that you have the clarity about means I want to say that I have to discussed everything about my professional things, and after all these things I want to discuss with you about the very interesting topic, which is the interrupt handler. What is the meaning of the interrupt handler? We should have to the understand. Okay, so interrupt handler, what is the meaning of the interrupt handler? We are going to the defining in this session. Okay, we are going to elaborate everything about the interrupt handler in this session. Okay, so interrupt handler contains the two different words, and which contains the different meaning, which defining the different meaning. Okay, so we are just going to the defining the different meaning. Interrupt and then handler means one will be handler and one will be interrupts means one exceptions, one error will be there, and one interrupt handler means handler will be sorry for that, handler will be handle these types of the interrupts. At that time this one will be called the interrupt handler. This handler will be called the interrupt handler. I want to say you that interrupt handler is nothing. I want to defining about that. Okay, that interrupt handler is nothing but interrupt handler is a, you can say that is the software which is going to the handle the any type of the interruptions in our system. That one will be called the interrupt handler. Okay everyone, so I have to just say to you that what is the meaning of the interrupt handler. Okay, and I want to say you something that how can I say that that one is a one program, that one is a software. So main reason is here that I have to the say to you in the previous video that interrupts, suppose that interrupts handler is nothing but it is a soft operating system, because the main reason is here that interrupt handler is where our operating system contains the interrupt handler by default. So we can say that interrupt handler is nothing but interrupt handler is a software, that is a codes programs which contains the some functions to do that. Means if any type of the interruptions will be cases by the interrupt handler, at a time interrupt handler will be what will be do that, at a time interrupt handler will be handle that. So you can also ask me that how is it handling. Okay, so I want to say you that there will be defaultly a lot of functions will be defined that if this type of the interruptions will be occur, then we should have to the define that you have to the give one message on your on the system console screen that this type of the interruption is going to the occur. Okay, so this is the one thing is here, that is the operating system parts. Okay, so this one is the interrupt handler. Interrupt handler is nothing but interrupt handler is a software, we can say, which contains the some which going to the handle the any types of the interrupts. That is the meaning of the interrupt handler, because that one is going to the handle, so that one is going to the called the handler. Okay, so as you know that ER is going to the join for everyone anything, that time we can say that is a LER, that is the interrupt handler. Okay, means that one is a handler, means that one is handling the runtime, the exceptions, the interruptions. So that time that one will be called the interrupt handler. Okay, so I hope that you have to the clarity now that what is the meaning of the interrupt handler. Okay, sorry for that. So I have to the say to you that what is the meaning of the interrupt handler. So after the interrupt handler, I want to say you something in the very detail that what is the interrupt handler. So interrupt handler is nothing, I have to the say to you that. Okay, so interrupt handler is what I have to the say to you that is a part of the operating system, and I want to say you something very important thing that interrupt handler will be decide the job scheduling algorithm. That one will be schedule the interrupts, that one will be schedule the tasks. Which types of means I want to say you that interrupt handler will be what will it do, because I have to just say to you that is in the at the defining the interruption, that which one is going to the executed first. Okay, so that one is the called the interruptions, that is a higher priority signals. Okay, so with the help of the operating system, that is the operating system, what that is the interrupt handler is there. Okay, so interrupt handler is going to the scheduling, that is follow the scheduling algorithm. At a time, that one is going to the higher priority signals will be provided the first for the execution to the CPU. At a time, that one will be called the interrupt handler is going to the right track, because there is the that should the first priority gives for the execution. Because the main reason is here that because we should have to the know understand about that interruptions, because if you will not get the interruptions at a time, we can't do anything. Okay, so I have to the say to you about the interruptions. So after that, I want to discuss with you that also everything in this world contains the two word, that is a disadvantage with advantage. So this one is containing the advantages. What containing the advantages, I want to say you that what is the advantages of the interrupt handler. So if your system contains the interrupt handler, at a time, suppose you should have to the clarity that your system is going to the perfect, because if you have no any type of the interrupt handler, at that time you can't do anything. You can do, but I want to say that suppose we have no any type of the interrupt handler, at a time we are going to the get the error, but we have not going to the we are not going to the feel that what's happening. We are not going to the we can't think that what's happening there. Okay, in the system, means I want to say you that suppose you are going to the insert your disk, you insert your pen drive in your system. Okay, so at a time what will be happen, if interrupt handler will be not there, so at a time what will be happen, you will not get one message, that is your pen drive have to the inserted. Okay, so you should have to the that should have to the provide one message to your satisfaction, that what's happened with your work, means whatever we want to do that. Okay, so I want to say you that if interrupt handler will be not there, then you are not able to do anything. Okay, that's the point was there. Okay, so I have to discuss that what is the advantages of the interrupt handler in our system. Without interrupt handler, no one interrupts can be handled. Okay, suppose we are going to the do something wrong in our system, at a time we are not going to the get any type of the interruptions. At a time what will be happen, we are not going to the any type of the get the interruptions. So at a time we will not get any type of the interruption from the last. Okay, until our system is existing in this world. So that problem will be never solved, because interrupt handler is not there. Interrupt handler is the my best friend, not my, for everyone that one is a best friend, because if you have no interrupt handler, then you can't do. Okay, so that is the advantages of the interrupt handler. Okay, so I hope that you have to the clarity about that is what is the meaning of the interrupt handler. Okay, so I have to the said to you that what is the interrupt handler, that is the system software contains the functions. Okay, and that's the providing the interrupts, that this type of the interruption is going happening through you, through user. Okay, so user is going to the create the interrupts and handling by the interrupt handler. Okay, so I hope that you have to the clarity about that. And after that, I want to say you something, the disadvantages of the interrupt handler. Okay, so suppose what will be the guess what will be the disadvantages of the interrupt handler. Guess. Yes, so according to the different view, according to the my point of view, I'm just saying something, okay? That suppose we have the interrupt handler, but we have no any the best interrupt handler, because the main reason is here that the operating system containing not the best. Okay, the main reason is here that I'm just why am I just going to the say you, I'm just elaborating here. Okay, that one is the disadvantage, that that is a disadvantage, that suppose we are going to the get one exceptions, okay, that your battery is going low, but at that time that one is not going to the provide one another maxis, that what is the solution for that? That one should have to the give one solution with your interruptions, so that time we can say that there is a very very usable things, but that one is not going to the do it. So I am just going to the say that that one is a one disadvantages, because suppose if your system is operating through your child, okay, that one have the no any idea about that what will be happen if your memory is going to the low, if you're going to the memory is full, and then you are want to the store the data at that time, hardware interruption will be occur. Your hardware is your database is not enough for the store this type of the videos or anything for the store this data. So at a time what will be happen with solution that should have to the provide that you're occurring this interruption here, your solution is here that you should have to the that is a another message that you should have to the for the solution here solution as well, and then colon and then message that your solution for that interruptions, that you should have to the install or increase the your hardware's your database size. So at that time your child will be understand, but if your child have no any idea about that what will be happen if you're going to the getting this error in exceptions, so at that time what will be happen, that one is not going to do anything, there will be again and again. Okay, so this is the main reason that what is the disadvantages of the interrupt handler. Okay, so I hope that you have to the clarity about everything about the interrupt handler. Okay, so in this session we have to the discuss that what is the interrupt handler, and what is the advantages of the interrupt handler, and what is the disadvantages of the interrupt handler. Okay, so let's meet you again and again, let's buy, but before that I want to say one thing, that if you have any type of the questions related to this video, you can ask me with the help of the your comment box. Okay, so at a time I will get your comments and I will get your questions, and then I will try to solve that. I will not try, I will definitely try. Okay, yes, so let's bye, meet you again and again. I will meet you again in the next video with the next, with the new energy and with the new things, with the new topics. Okay, so we have to the covered the lot of things in the previous videos, that is what is the interruption in the first videos, and what is the types of the interruptions also in the first video, but second one is the software interrupts is what we have to the discussed, and what is the hardware interrupts we have to the discussed. Okay, in the three videos, and after that we are just going to the discussing about in the fourth videos that what is the interrupt handler. Okay, so I hope that you have to the clarity about everything about the interruptions and etc, so on, about all these things. Okay, so let's meet you again and again. Let's bye, let's bye, let's bye, let's bye, let's bye.